They are from, I almost said Adele. The Ardell Beak, no. So to kick the spoozy, okay. Is that really a word? That sounds like it could be a word. Like, oh, she had some spoozy last night. Regardless. Hello my beautiful babes, what is up? It's Brandi. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and if you are new, welcome. For today's video, I am so excited because it is the beginning of the Halloween season on my channel. I just can't believe it. We are here again. I am so excited for everything that I have to show you guys this spooky season. And to kick things off, I'm going to show you guys how I created this beautiful, bold yet edgy look. Perfect for Halloween. It's Halloween, but it's not so in your face, and I absolutely love it. If you guys are interested in how I created this look, then you should definitely keep on watching. I look insane right now. I know, but it's because I don't have a concealer that matches my skin tone. It looks a little bit crazy right now, but it's alright because at the end of the day, guess what? It's going to be all covered with eyeshadow. So the first palette I'm going to be dipping into is the Conspiracy, and I'm going to take the shade right over here, which is called My Rides Here. If you are ever using black eyeshadow, I personally recommend doing your eyes first and then the base of your makeup. Because listen, even though I may put a whole bunch of powder on my face, when I wipe it off, it's either a hit or a miss, and I don't want to take any chances, so I like to just do my eyes first, placing this all over my crease, and I'm going to slightly wing it out. May not look 100% perfect, but it's okay. That's actually pretty good. It's been a while since I've done a full face of makeup and eyeshadow, I will say that, but I am so happy that I can finally begin my Halloween makeup looks. Ever since last year, I realized I like to organize my looks and how I want to do them. Like starting off pretty simple and then it gradually gets better, or at least like visually it does. This year, I think I'm just gonna come out swinging for the big makeup look that I'm about to do, because I came up with it I think in the summer. I've been waiting to create that look. I need to do it immediately. I thought I looked crazy before. This is pretty interesting within itself. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but I personally can. On this side is the shade My Rides Here, and it's pretty dark, but I wanted it to be a little bit darker. I didn't know if this shade was gonna make a difference. With this side, I dipped into the cremated palette and took the black shade, which is called Hearse. I don't know why I like flipped it so many times just to show you the shade, but yeah. If you want to go in with concealer, you absolutely can, but I feel like it's a lot easier to just go in with some micellar water. Is it possible to do a full cut crease, half cut crease, and clean up the edges with concealer? Absolutely. I just feel like it takes a lot longer, so I'm just going to take my Q-tip and clean off the entire lid. As I'm cleaning the lid up, I'm making sure that this inner corner is as straight as possible. Once the lids are all cleaned up, I'm now going to go in with some concealer just to prime the lid and also clean up whatever little black is remaining, which isn't much, and I'm just using a mini concealer brush to do that. Then the next palette I'm using is Pricked, and I'm going to grab the shade Vitamin Seaward, tapping off the excess and placing this in the inner third of my eye. You guys, I can't get over how fast time flies. I feel like it literally just turned September, and here we are towards the end of September, going into October. Like, what the heck? You can grab a new brush. I'm just going to use the same one that I was currently using and just flip it over. Still using the Pricked palette, but this... okay. But this time, taking the shade Orange Fatale, right? Yes, Orange Fatale. It's hard to read upside down. And then putting this in the center of my eye, making sure these two shades blend together as best as I possibly can make it. And it's been a while, so I honestly might be here for a while trying to blend these two. Just because I'm curious. Alexa, what do you want to be for Halloween?
This past Halloween, I chose my favorite animal as my costume. And for this year, I'm going to pick my costume on October 1st.
That literally told me nothing. What? Alexa, what's your favorite animal?
The platypus. I just love that it's an egg-laying otter-footed mammal with a duck bill and a beaver tail. It's the Swiss Army knife of animals.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay. Alexa, what do you plan to be for Halloween this year?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Thank you, but I wasn't talking to that one. I was talking to this one. What are you going to dress up as for Halloween this year?
This past Halloween, I chose my favorite animal as my costume.
I already know you went as a platypus. I want to know about this year though. And she ain't giving me the answer. Maybe she can't answer it. Oh, she said she would on October 1st. Wow. Why does this always happen? One side always blends so much better than the other side. Like, what the freak? I'm dipping back into Hearst and using that in the outer third of my lid. Drew it blank there for a second. This is reminding me of a candy cane. Not a candy cane, a candy corn, which is not what I wanted, but it's okay because we're not done with the look. Also, when it comes to the outer the outer third of the lid, I'm dragging this a little bit downward so it can be nice and slanted. I low-key forgot about that part. Even though I have it all sketched out right next to me. But somehow I made it work. I just went back in with Orange Fatale and just slightly tapped that up top so it could be a little bit more slanted like that. Is it perfect? Absolutely not, but I still like it. Taking another palette, which is Blood Money by JSC. By the way, all the palettes that I'm using are from JSC if you guys are interested. And I'm going to take a little small brush and dip into this bright neon shade called Chameleon Fetish. And using this to blend out the edges of the crease, but only focusing it on, I don't know how to explain this, but I don't want to focus it on the inner corner or the outer half, kind of just like in the middle. I'm making this green as bright as I possibly can because this black is actually toning it down just a hair, especially when I first use the shade. I really want to make sure these edges are nice and blended, but especially right. Going back into Conspiracy and dipping into food videos, and I'm just placing this in the inner corner by Chameleon Fetish as well as the outer corner. Again, because there's black, I have to go over it a couple of times to get the pigment just right. I will say, what I sketched on paper and what's happening right now, they're fairly different. At least up on top here, which I don't know how I feel about that. Usually when I have the full face done, I feel a little bit better. I don't know if anyone else is like that with makeup. Anyway, I'm gonna go back in with Hearst, and this mirror's backwards. And with that, I'm going to lightly connect the outer corner to this wing and only focusing this shade, as I said, on the outer corner. And I'm just using this like flat liner brush. Going back into Conspiracy, and I'm gonna take cheese dust as well as a little tap of my rides here. That literally looks like nothing on the brush. Alright, well, let's see how this goes. I'm just gonna focus this in the center of the lower lash line. Yeah, I definitely need to get more on the brush. Cheese dust is there, but it's not as noticeable as I would like it. So I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of Orange Fatale and place that right on top. Hopefully that can give it the little extra punch it needs to pop out a bit more. Losing a brush. Last but not least, taking food videos and focusing this on, can't speak, and focusing this in the inner corners of my eyes. I'm gonna quickly hop off camera, do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back with the final look. Alright guys, so I am back and this is the final look. I love how this came out so freaking much. I was very skeptical at first, as you guys saw, and that's really because it wasn't exactly how I had sketched it. So it made me a little bit nervous and I wasn't really too happy about it. But once I stepped away from the camera, I had some food, and then I looked in the mirror, I realized that this is a bomb ass look. It is serving, it's bold, it's bright, and yet it's edgy. And you guys know I live for looks like this. I feel so good. I forgot how much I love makeup. Like, look at this highlight. Look at me with all the confidence today. Who is she? Because she's been gone for a little while, I'm not gonna lie. Now, enough of me feeling good about myself. Let me tell you the products that I used while I was off camera, starting off with liner. I used these two. One is from JSC. It is the shade Weirdo, and this is a velour lip liner. I used this in the outer half of my waterline. Even though it is a lip liner, it is eye safe. And then for the rest of my waterline, I used this Raw Christie X Colourpop liner in the shade Marigold. And then obviously where the two met, I did my best to blend it as much as possible. For my brow and face highlight, I just went in with my Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Highlighter in the shade 202 Twilight Gleam. While we're on the subject of highlight, let me tell you what I used in the inner corners, because this was very hard for me to decide what to use, but ultimately I went into my JSC Thirsty Palette and I took the shade Filthy Rich. It was the perfect shade for the inner corner. For the lip combo that I am wearing today, I started off with the Dragon Beauty Lip Job Liner in the shade 2.0 CC, and then I took my JSC Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Leo. You guys, I am falling in love with this all over again. I forgot how beautiful this shade is. And then of course, to top it off, we have to have a gloss. And I used the JSC Shane Glossin' the Gloss. I really hate that they discontinued this because this is my favorite lip gloss of all time, especially from JSC. And then last but not least, for my lashes, you guys, I am wearing something new. I am wearing the Ardell Extension FX in the style B Curl. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this because there's literally nothing in it. Force of habit. Anyway, that is basically it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, as well as hang the notification bell. As always, all the products that I mentioned today will be linked down below in the description box. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.